And the Lord also spoke these things to Moses in the plains of Moab, above the Jordan, opposite Jericho. Instruct the sons of Israel, so that they may give to the Levites, from their possessions, cities as dwelling places, with their surrounding suburbs, so that they may lodge in the towns, and so that the suburbs may be for cattle and beasts of burden. The suburbs shall extend from the outer walls of the cities, all around, for the space of 1,000 steps. Facing the east, there shall be 2,000 cubits, and facing the south, similarly, there shall be 2,000 cubits. Toward the sea, also, which looks out toward the west, there shall be the same measure, and the northern region shall be bounded by equal limits. And the city shall be in the center, and the suburbs shall be outside. Now, from the towns which you shall give to the Levites, 6 shall be separated for the assistance of fugitives, so that he who has shed blood may flee to them. And aside from these, there shall be 42 other towns. That is, altogether 48 with their suburbs. And concerning these cities, which shall be given from the possessions of the sons of Israel, from those who have more, more shall be taken, and from those who have less, less shall be taken. Each shall give towns to the Levites according to the measure of their inheritance. The Lord said to Moses, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, when you will have crossed the Jordan into the land of Canaan, discern which cities ought to be for the protection of fugitives who have shed blood unwillingly. And when a fugitive is in these, the kinsman of the deceased shall not be able to kill him, until he stands in the sight of the multitude and his case is judged. Then, among those cities which are separated for relief to fugitives, 3 shall be across the Jordan, and 3 in the land of Canaan. As much for the sons of Israel as for newcomers and sojourners, so that anyone who has shed blood unwillingly may flee to these places. If anyone will have struck someone with iron, and he who was struck will have died, then he shall be guilty of homicide, and he himself shall die. If he will have thrown a stone, and he who has been struck lies dead, then he shall be punished similarly. If he who has been struck with wood passes away, he shall be avenged by the blood of the one who struck him. The close relative of the deceased shall put to death the murderer. As soon as he apprehends him, he shall put him to death. If out of hatred anyone assaults a man, or throws anything at him with ill intent, or, while being his enemy, strikes him with his hand, and so he has died, the attacker shall be guilty of murder. The kinsman of the deceased, as soon as he finds him, shall cut his throat. But if by chance, and without hatred or animosity, he will have done any of these things, and this has been proven in the hearing of the people, and the questions have been aired, between the one who struck and the close relative, then the innocent one shall be freed from the hand of the revenger, and he shall be returned by this judgment into the city to which he had fled, and he shall stay there until the high priest, who has been anointed with the holy oil, dies. If the one who has killed has been found beyond the limits of the cities which have been assigned to the exiled, and he has been struck by him who is avenging blood, he who killed him shall not be harmed. For the fugitive ought to have resided in the city, until the death of the high priest. Then, after he is dead, the one who has killed shall be returned to his own land. These things shall be a perpetual ordinance in all your habitations. The punishment of a murderer shall be based upon testimony, but no one shall be condemned upon the testimony of only one person. You shall not accept money from him who is guilty of blood, and he shall be put to death promptly. Exiles and fugitives, prior to the death of the high priest, are by no means able to be returned to their own cities. Do not pollute the land of your habitation, so as to stain it with the blood of the innocent, either is it able to be expiated in any way other than by the blood of him who has shed the blood of another. And so shall your possession be cleansed, while I myself am abiding with you. For I am the Lord, who lives among the sons of Israel.